Hi, welcome to Edupedia World. Today we will understand what is accounting equation. Now, before understanding what is accounting equation, please note that it is the most important concept in preparation of accounts or final account. At this stage, you may not be able to picturize the entire process of preparation of final accounts, but just keep in mind that whatever entries we make, whatever transactions we do in a business, the ultimate calculation of profit and loss and the financial position of the company is the process of preparing final accounts. How much loss or profit we have made, or what are the assets owned by the company, and what does the company owes to the external world, including the owners of the company. Now, accounting equation is relation between the assets, liabilities and capital of the company or business. I will show and explain you the relation in upcoming slides, but before that you have to develop lot of concepts. You have to understand few things so that ultimately you can grasp the concept of accounting equation. Accounting equation is also the basis for double entry system or the dual concept principle. See, as per dual concept principle, we know that every business transaction has two sides. So one is debit and the other is credit, and ultimately these transactions will touch either assets or liabilities or capital or any combination of it. So whatever transactions we do and record in business will ultimately affect this equation. Now this equation also shows one thing, that all the assets of the company are either purchased with owner's money or it has been purchased with the borrowed money as loan or other liabilities of the company. So the assets are the resources of the company and the liabilities or the capital is the source with which we acquire these assets or resources. In my definitions video, I have already explained what is asset, what is liability and what is capital. But for better understanding, I will explain capital a bit more, and this will help you in understanding the accounting equation very well. Now, as you can see, capital comprises of two important factors or two important things. One is the money or the amount brought in by the owners into the business or the company, and in addition to this, capital comprises of accumulated profits, which is the total of profits accumulated over the years the company has done business. So as the owner is the rightful claimant of this money, this gets added to his capital. So whatever profit or loss we calculate, it ultimately comes to the capital of the owner. Now I will show you why I am explaining you this breakup of capital. As I have mentioned, accounting equation is most important concept for preparation of final accounts, and final account comprises of two main statements. These are profit and loss calculation statement and balance sheet statement. At this stage you need not worry much about how this is prepared or how these statements are calculated. I am showing you these statements so that you can correlate it to the accounting equation. You can understand the equation better. Now in balance sheet, you see on one side, that is on the right side, we write all the assets of the company, and on the left side we write all the liabilities and capital of the company. And before preparing balance sheet, we prepare the profit and loss statement, and this is how a profit and loss statement is prepared. On the right side we write all the income or the revenues of the company, and on the left side we write all the expenses of the company. So if income is more than expenses, then definitely we will have profit on the left side as balancing figure, and in case if the expenses for that period are more than the income, then definitely it will be a loss for the company during that period. So whatever the result is or whatever the balancing figure is, this is taken to the balance sheet and added to the capital of the owner. So if it is profit, it will be added, and in case it is loss, it will be deducted from the total capital amount. So once we have written all the income and expenses and we have calculated the balancing figure, we take this balancing figure to the balance sheet, and this is how the balance sheet appears. And if all the accounting entries are done correctly, if all the amounts are entered correctly in all the transactions, that is one debit and other credit, then definitely the balance sheet will tally. The total amount of both the sides will match, and this is the reason I have compared a balance sheet with a balance. I will show you small sample of one PL account and one balance sheet. So this is how a profit and loss account is prepared. On the credit side, that is on the right side, we write the revenues, and on the debit side or the left side, we write the expenses, and the balancing figure is the profit or loss. So in our example, you can see there is a profit of 2500, and this is one sample of balance sheet which is not connected to our profit and loss example. So all you need to note is that in liability side on the left hand side, we bring in the profit and loss account balance from the profit and loss statement to the balance sheet. This is how the profit and loss statement is connected to balance sheet. So the balancing figure of all the revenue transactions, that is the income and the expenses, comes to the balance sheet, and the assets and other liabilities or the long-term liabilities are already there. So if all the accounting entries are correct, then definitely the total of both the sides will match, and this is the basis of accounting equation. You please note, this is the accounting equation we were trying to understand till now. So the accounting equation says assets is equal to liabilities plus capital, and capital includes accumulated profit. So now you will understand that whatever business transaction we enter as an accounting entry, it ultimately affects this equation, or if we keep this equation in mind, we are always going to make correct entries to cover both sides of the transaction, which is dual aspect of any transaction. And now I will show you how all the entries flow to balance sheet ultimately, and how this accounting equation plays a major role in preparation of final account or accounts of the company. Now here in this slide you will see how all the entries flow to balance sheet ultimately. So at first all the entries are done and posted to respective accounts, or to keep it simple, all the income and expenses or the revenue entries are recorded in accounts, and then we prepare the profit and loss statement wherein we write all the incomes and expenses, and we calculate the net result, whether profit or loss, and that net result is added to the capital in balance sheet. So balance sheet has three main components. One is asset, second is liability, third is capital. You can see here a balance sheet is prepared like this. So it has three major components: assets, liability and capital. So a balance sheet displays the accounting equation. Once again we will see the equation: assets is equal to liability plus capital. This equation is always true, and it forms the basis for all accounting transactions. So if we record our transactions correctly, it will always prove this equation as true. Now I will show you some examples and explain you how each and every entry affects this equation. So our first example is land purchased on credit. Now visualize the balance sheet or this equation as a balance. So if we have purchased a land valuing rupees 10 lakhs, on asset side we will write land rupees 10 lakhs, land being a resource or an asset for us, and since we have purchased this land on credit, a liability has become certain. So we need to pay someone. We owe this 10 lakhs to someone. So this will be recorded as a liability on the left side of the balance sheet. So now in the balance sheet or in this equation, we will have 10 lakhs on both the sides. So the equation is proven true. In our second example, steel purchased on credit. Since we have purchased steel as raw material, it will be added as stock on our asset side. And again, as we have purchased this steel on credit, a liability has arisen or has become certain. So the same amount we will write on the liability side. Again, the equation has proven correct. In third example, now if we purchase steel or raw material in cash, so from the asset side we will take out cash or deduct the amount from cash and add the same amount as stock in asset side. So if you were given a tallied balance sheet and after that this transaction takes place, the addition and subtraction on the same side will again match the balance sheet or will ultimately prove this equation correct. In next example, we pay rent in cash. So when we pay cash, the amount gets deducted from asset side, and as rent is a revenue expense, it will decrease the profit by same amount. So ultimately the liability side of the balance sheet will be decreased by same amount. In next example, we pay our supplier or we pay a creditor from whom we had purchased some raw material on credit earlier. So definitely that amount was or is getting reflected in balance sheet as a liability. And now when we pay to that supplier, one effect of the transaction will be decrease in cash, and the second effect will be decrease in the liability side or deduction in that creditor amount. So again the equation becomes true and the balance sheet remains tallied. Next example is steel chairs sold in cash. So we had some steel chairs in stock and we have sold it in cash. So from our stock that amount gets deducted and in cash that amount gets added, leaving the equation or proving the equation true again. Last example is steel chairs or the product which we are producing as finished goods sold on credit. So when we sell finished goods from our stock decreases, and since we have sold it on credit, the amount will be shown as receivable from the customer. So on asset side, the amount is deducted from stock and added as receivable. Please go through the video again. It will help you in understanding the concept of accounting equation.